Well, hello again, all you lovely people. Professor Gray here with another video. Well, now I'd like to talk about academic integrity. Okay, all right, I know, not an exciting topic. You've heard this probably a million times, but it's important. We all know it's important. And I will probably be doing some things differently from your other classes. So I think it's important that we're very clear on what my expectations are and what you'll need to be doing in this class. As you might expect, my main primary concern with academic integrity is that no one has an unfair advantage over anyone else in this class. So in order to keep things fair, all the written assignments are open book and open notes, but they are closed to collaboration. These are not group assignments. You are expected to complete all the work on your own. But hey, you'll have your book and your notes, so you got this. You can do this on your own. Don't panic. And just to encourage this and have you reflect on all this, there is an honor code for the course. It is posted on the website. Please do take some time to click on over there and read it and make sure you understand it. And after you've done that, I will ask you to sign an honor agreement. Well, loosely signed, since the form is also on UB Learns. So after you've done reading the honor code, please go over and just click, and fill out the forms online saying that you agree to it. Again, this should all be easy to find on the course website. And now, just to kind of get into the nitty gritty a little bit further, is that I expect you to cite. I expect you to cite all the help that you're getting in this class. If you use any material at all, please cite it. If you're getting any help from other people, please cite the person and acknowledge, say thanks to the person. They helped you. So they give them a thanks at the end of your paper. And I've done a few things that I hope will make this easier for you to do and more natural. Because look, anytime you're an academic, you write a paper, you're going to cite your sources and you're going to thank the people who helped you with that paper. So in terms of doing all this, if you just, on UB Learns again, there is a formatting requirements page. And so you can look that over. I'm expecting APA style citations from everybody. Just keep it uniform and it's simple to use. So I expect in-text APA citations along with a reference section at the end of your assignment. And so again, I've provided all the full APA style citations for all the material that is assigned in this class. If you look on the syllabus, you'll find there they are, all the readings fully APA cited. So you can just cut, and if you're using them, cut and paste, put into your assignment. Easy. Really, I want to keep this simple. As easy as that. If you use outside material, written material or websites or whatever, look, that's not great, but cite it. And there's lots of examples in there for you to see how to do it, and in the instructions as well. Now, more seriously, if you get help from another person, you're also, again, expected to cite and acknowledge that person. And acknowledgement is just saying thank you. Thank them for, thanks to my mom. She proofread my paper and corrected my spelling. So what you're doing is just telling me who helped you and what exactly they did to help you. Did they lend you their notes? Did they explain a concept to you? Did they check your spelling? Anything like that you're getting help with, please cite and acknowledge that. And look, just to keep you practicing this, if you get help from me, I need to be thanked. So you don't have to thank me for watching all these videos. I'll assume that. But if you come to my office hours or email me and I give you some feedback or advice or suggestions, just say, hey, thanks, Professor Gray, for reading my introduction and giving me a tip on whatever, just please do that. Also, if you get help, if you see one of the tutors at the Center for Excellence in Writing, I highly recommend you see these people, by the way. They are awesome. I wish I had something like this. It's free. Get help from them gladly, but please, again, thank them. Thank so-and-so from the Writing Center for checking your grammar or helping your organization or whatever it is they did. Just please thank the person by name and be specific with how they helped you. If it's a classmate gave you their notes, you say, thanks to so-and-so for giving me their class notes. They were very helpful. That's fine. Please do that. And to help you do this, each assignment requires a correctly filled out cover page. On this cover page is a commitment to academic integrity form. It's just putting an X in a few spots and putting down any names or anything else. I'll walk you through this in a moment. But please don't forget to do this, because if you fail to fill out one of these correctly or don't have one at all, your assignment automatically earns a 0. So do take the time. Now, again, I've helped this because I've created a template, a Microsoft Word template. We all get access to Microsoft Word for free from UB Learns. From UBIT. I've provided a link to that on the website. So make sure you have Microsoft Word on your machine. I have a template you can then download, and you'll notice in the template first, it's formatted correctly, how everything I like, margins, fonts, sizes, all done. Just use this and fill it in. Keep it simple. And as you'll see on the first page, it just asks you to put an X before the statements that matter. So if you collaborated with someone, put their name down. By collaboration, I mean you helped them and they helped you. You worked together. Put an X on it. And of course, at the end, you'll thank them for working with you. If you received just help from someone, so that means you didn't help them, but they gave you something, whether that's me, a classmate, anyone, put an X in front of that and put their names down. And again, at the end, I'm expecting to see that name with a thank you. If you provided help to anybody, please acknowledge that as well. If you lent them your notes or you explained a concept to them, please put an X there and give the student's name. That way I can cross-reference things and make sure everyone's, doing their part. Put an X in front of I worked alone if you did not collaborate and if you did not get help. That means you worked alone. But if you X'd I collaborated or X'd I received help from, do not fill this out. Do not put an X in front of I worked alone. You didn't. That's fine. Not a huge deal, but we're being honest. Then finally, if you have sources that you're using, you've cited them and put an X there saying you cited them and put a reference section at the end. Of course, if there are no sources that you're using, this is just based solely on what you learned in lecture and your memory, then you don't X that, you put an X, I have no sources to cite. Now, if you've mentioned any names above that you collaborated or received help from, then you put an X and saying that I've acknowledged them and thanked them at the end. Of course, if you didn't get help, you worked completely alone on the paper, then there are no names mentioned and you don't need a reference section. So again, X things as they are appropriate. Then type in today's date and your name at the bottom. And that's a correctly filled out form. And again, if you scroll to the end, you'll see the references and acknowledgement sections that you can fill out accordingly. So that's how to fill this form out. Now do all that, fill this form out correctly and honestly, then I will not have to report any academic integrity violations to the dean, period. Of course, if you're simply copying someone else's work and but correctly citing all that and acknowledging it and thanking them for, letting you copy their work, we will still have a conversation. This will be a conversation about how I'm expecting, you to put things into your own words and be original. But that is not an academic integrity violation. I will not have to write a letter, provided you filled out that form correctly. Of course, copy someone's notes and not fill out this form, we'll have a very different conversation, and that will involve a letter being written to the dean to report that. I hope this makes sense. I know it's probably a little different, but my idea is that I think we cheat or do these things. We're being lazy. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible, again, with open book, open notes. If you do end up getting help, being honest about that, that's far different and dealt with far differently if you're hiding and being deceptive. Anyway, okay, well, that's enough. If you have any questions about any of this, do not hesitate to ask me. I don't want this to be mysterious or more difficult than it needs to be. Otherwise, in the meantime, stay safe, take care. I'll see you on the flippity flop. I'm going to cut that.